Uh, this week's parsha starts off with Pinchas getting the bracha of peace. And we have to understand that Pinchas had just killed somebody, although it was justifiable. He saw a clear and present danger to the Jewish people by the actions of Zimri and the Midianite woman, a princess of Midian, by the way. And he saw that if something isn't done drastically, it'll be bad for the Jewish people. So as we see, what happens is he takes action. And by the way, it says in the Gemara that this was a one-off. It would never happen again in Jewish history, because everything always has to go through a Beit Din. This was, Jewish court. This is where he saw that the powers that be seemed to be helpless to do anything. Something had to be done. He did it. But in the final analysis, he did take a life, justifiably, but it's still. And taking a life is not something we do callously. Remember that everybody's made in the image of God. And to take a life, you have to really think about it. That person has to be deserving of the death penalty. And as I mentioned, when the Jewish court would give the death penalty, what the judges would do after it was carried out, by the way, the same day. This person did not wait on death row for months or for years. It was taken out in that night and then buried. His body was not allowed to be hanging. In the Middle Ages, you had where people's bodies were left hanging as a lesson to people. Jewish law says, no, you don't do that. Because even though this person deserved the punishment, it's still, we have to remember, this was a human. This was a person. He had a neshama. He has a family. You have to think about all this. And the judges, after they gave the death penalty, and after it was carried out, would go around all over Israel saying, look, things have gotten so bad, we actually had to administer the death penalty. Something's wrong. Why did this person think he could get away with what he did? So Pinchas is disturbed by the fact that he took a life, and Hashem is telling him, no, Pinchas, you did the right thing. And giving him the bracha of peace, and that he inherits the right to be in the line for the kahuna, for the priesthood. So that's something to think about. Okay,